Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Stunning Fanfic Readings with Stunnington. Yeah, so I was told by a couple of my friends that, I have a really nice voice and I should probably do something to actually hone in on that. So what better way to do that than to read off fanfics from various fanfic websites? So, yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. Read off fanfics in a very subtle and delectable voice sometimes. Or maybe just normally. I don't know. Hopefully you like this series. I don't know. Let's just get into this. So, I didn't really do any specific choosing of fanfics. All I just really went to the newest tab, scroll up and down to randomize the choices without looking. Then when I stopped, I did the same thing again with my mouse and just hovered over the last title that I stopped at, which would be Monsters Awakening by Dragon.x0. After a guy gets thrown into the FE universe, he must find a way to get back home, to help the shepherds defeat their enemies and change the course of history forever, using a little gift Blue Monster gave him. So yeah, it's a crossover between Fire Emblem and Monster Hunter. It's rated M, and we're going to be reading the first chapter, because it's only the first chapter that's actually available. So yeah, let's get into this. We see a beautiful landscape, full of life, flora, and fauna. We're able to grow, and villagers were able to make this their home. Sadly, history is known to screw good people over when they lead unexpected. We then see a battered wasteland, a lot of dead bodies, blood, broken windows, littered the place. Among the massacre, a figure could be seen. The only features that could be seen were a blue mask on its face, a long cape, and a sword. The figure ran with all its might. Sweat could be seen in its face. 13 other figures ran alongside it. They were shouting in an attempt to go faster. "We're almost there," said one of them. It made a male's voice. "Just a bit more," said another. This one had a female voice. A temple was ahead of them. A big explosion set off behind them, sending them inside. They screamed, sprawling on the floor. Groans could be heard outside. They quickly went and blocked the entrance. "Hurry up! To the portal!" the masked figure said. Then, just as they were about to reach the portal, a dark energy pushed everyone to it except for the masked figure. It then turned around to see 3 glowing red eyes staring at it. It then turned around to the portal just as the monster was going to attack. When it passed the portal, it closed just in time. Well, no matter, those fools can't catch anything. Ha 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 ha! Then it all went black. Scene change. Random planes. We see a young man laying on the ground passed out. He was wearing a black jacket with red lines, black jeans, and black and white shoes. He had short black hair and was slightly tanned. "Chrome, look! Over here!" a voice said. "Well, this is nostalgic," another one said. As they were talking, the young man started to stir. "Hey, Chrome, he's waking up," the first voice said. "Okay, give him some space," the second one said. Point of view changes. OC's point of view. Opening my eyes, I see a blue, beautiful sky, which would be normal if it wasn't for the fact that I was in my home just a moment ago. I tried to stand up, but I found that I didn't have the energy. I took a deep breath. With the little amount of energy I had, I slowly sat up. Looking around, I saw that I was on a field in the middle of nowhere. Great. Just great, I thought. Well, looks like you are all finally awake," a voice said behind me. Startled, I turned around to look at the person. It was a young man, about his 20s. He had blue hair, blue shirt, and pants, with silver armor with a cape attached to it, and a sword on his side. Beside him was another man. He looked about the same age. He had white hair, a long black coat, and boots. They looked really familiar. "Who are you?" I asked, slowly backing away. My name is Crow. This is my friend, Robin, he said, gesturing to himself and his partner. Crow? Robin? No way. That's not possible, I thought. Excuse me, but where are we? I asked. Please don't say that. Please don't say what I think you are going to say. I prayed in my mind. We're at the outskirts of Yeeaaaahhh, Robin responded. And there it is. I paled at that. No. That can't be right. I must be going crazy. Hey, are you alright? Robin asked, concerned. No, I'm not alright. How did I get here? Why are you here? I started freaking out, and more importantly, why do you exist? You're supposed to be fictional, I screamed in my mind. Wait, please don't tell me you also have amnesia, Chrome said. More like a big gap in my memory. I remember going to my home, and then I went to sleep. But when I woke up, I was here, I said to them. Thank God, at least the first people I meet are friendly, and not a bunch of bloodthirsty bandits. Ha! You expect us to believe that? Please, it's obvious you're either lying or you took one too many drinks, Robin said. Wow, is he really doing this? Is he really copying him? Robin, are you really copying Frederick? Now that I didn't expect, Chrome said, with an amused voice on its face. Sorry. Couldn't help myself. This situation brings a lot of memories. He chuckled a bit. He then turned to the person on the floor, still staring at them, albeit less pale. So before anything else, what's your name? He asked. Point of view changed, third person. Should I tell them my name? My real name? I mean, I'm technically not even supposed to exist in this world. Ah, screw it. Drago. My name is Drago. The now dubbed Drago answered. Drago, huh? Well, my name is Chrome. This is my tactician, Robin, Chrome said with a smile. I already knew that. At the very least, Robin in this world, so I hope everything is okay, Drago thought. So, may I ask, where is the closest village or city? I mean, it's better to talk there than here, Drago said. The closest village is to the east, but seeing how you clearly don't know where you're around these parts, and I doubt that you have any money, I'm not sure how much that would help, Robin explained. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that I can manage. Fuck, no I can't. Besides, who knows? Maybe someone there can tell me what happened to me. Really doubt that, Drago, he thought. So where are you guys going? Drago asked. Regna, Ferox. We're visiting an old friend there, Crom said. Even though it looked like there was more to the story. Regna Ferox. Isn't that the warrior kingdom? Drago asked. Indeed. Though it is the first time I hear someone call them the warrior kingdom, Robin said, amused. I may have a gap in my memory, but doesn't mean I forgot everything, Drago said with a deadpan expression. Sadly, the important part is missing, he thought sadly. How about I accompany you guys? Still Regna Ferox? Then we part ways there, Drago suggested. Robin and Chrome looked at each other, as if having a silent conversation. They continued like that for a few seconds, even though they felt like decades. All right. You can come. But try to get away from danger if it presents itself. We are not bodyguards, so please understand that, Robin said. I understand. You don't need to worry, Drago said. Yeah. It would be bad if the exalt of Yeeaaaahhh, if he was killed like that, Chrome joked. Wait, what? But if Chrome is the exalt, then that means... Fuck. She's dead. And he's still out there. Well, at least I now have a semi-objective. Warn them about him. And try to speed up his dead. I hope, Drago thought. Wait. You are the exalt? Oh, please. Forgive my insolence, milord, Draco said, backing away slightly. Oh, don't worry. I'm not a fan of formalities, Chrome said with a smile. Well, then enough talking. Let's move, Robin exclaimed. And with that, they were off. In the way Crom and Robin continued to talk to each other, the while Draco was a few paces back trying to process the situation. After a while, they decided to stop and camp for the night. As Crom and Robin went to look for the firewood, Draco started to see what he had in mind. Okay, a wallet, that's pretty much useless though. I do have some photos in there. A pocket knife. Wonder how that's got there. Well, at least I'm not completely defenseless. And finally, a rock. He then picked up the rock to examine it. It looked like a cyan-colored crystal. It had a lightning design across its face. As he was examining it, he didn't notice that Robin had returned and was looking at the rock with some interest. He then heard Draco muttering, "Why does this look so familiar?" I murmured. I am not one of jewelers, so it couldn't have been bought. Maybe a gift? Nah, no one would give me something like this. Probably must have found it before getting it sent here. But if that's the case, maybe this could be a clue? Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. But if you change Draco. Oh hey, what's that? I jumped at the sudden voice. I turned around to see Robin, standing there with a firewood in his hands. After calming down, I glared at him. Robin, please, don't do that! I screamed at him. Sorry. I didn't mean to startle you, he said, holding his hands up defensively. Yeah, whatever. So what happened? I asked. Nothing. I was just wondering what the stone you're holding is, he said, pointing at the stone. This thing? I looked at the thing wondering what it even is, but I do know enough about this kind of stories to know that objects just don't appear in someone's pocket without it being important. I'm not really sure. I don't remember grabbing it. Maybe it has to do with why you were passed out on the field. Maybe. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I admit, my priorities are to get back home if possible, and at least try to help with the war if I can thaw. I'm not sure if they'll even let me be anywhere close to that part of the story. I noticed that it was starting to get dark, so Crom went ahead and started the fire. For some ungodly reason, he decided that we were going to have beer for dinner. Have bear for dinner. God damn it. I really thought it was a joke in the game. But they really eat this stuff and it smells bad. The closest thing will be overcooked boot with a touch of flat tire. But I'm hungry as well, and meat is meat, so time to dig in. I took a bite out of the damn thing, and after gagging a little, I passed on. I then looked up to see Crom and Robin eating the poor thing like it was the best thing in the universe. I'm the one hungry, and you two are eating like you haven't eaten in months, I said with a sweat dropping my forehead. They stopped eating for a moment to look at each other. After a silent conversation, they just shrugged and continued eating like before. The Exalt and the Grand Master of Yeeaaaahhh, ladies and gentlemen, said sarcastically while laughing at a bit. After a bit of laughter, we decided to discuss a bit about some things, seeing that it was still a bit early. So, this has been bothering me for a while, but aren't you supposed to be with an escort or something like that, Crom? I asked. I was really confused that a certain weary knight wasn't in the vicinity, considering he stuck to Crom like a lost puppy. Or a lost bear, now that I think about it. Normally, yes. But since the journey wasn't that long and Robin was with me, I decided to let Frederick rest for a bit. The guy just can't relax or even to spend time with his wife, he said with a slight smile. I don't think that was the course of action, but what do I know? I'm just a random guy who found the field, I said, deadpanning. I know Chrome is following his guts more than other lords, but this is ridiculous. I thought the same thing, so I took the liberty to send a message to a few friends of ours to meet us tomorrow for our extra units, Robin said, glaring at Crom while he said so. Heh, heh, heh. Crom laughed, scratching the back of his head. So, Drago, I looked up the mention of my name. Where are you from? I mean, your clothes suggest that you are foreign, and your accent isn't one that I've heard before. I froze a bit at the question. The fuck do you answer to that? Hey, I'm from another world where this whole thing is a fictional story. We have weapons of mass destruction and is currently in the brink of war thanks to a bunch of idiots of different continents and people that refuse to kill the bad guys. Yeah, I answered that, and they'll probably think I'm crazy. But outrealms are a thing, and they'll meet time travels in the close future, so may as well get them accustomed to weird shit. So I don't think I'm from this world. Where I'm from, Yeeaaaahhh doesn't exist, and a lot of buildings are made out of metal and stone. So my best bet is that I came from an outrealm, I said nervously. Please, for the love of all that is good in the multiverse, believe me. Robin was staring at me, trying to analyze me. It was really uncomfortable. It would explain the clothes and the accent, adding your slight unfamiliarity with some things. However, I would like some other proof to your claims before making a judgment, he said seriously. I started thinking for a moment to what to use, and then I remembered the photos in my wallet. After looking at them over and choosing the ones that could help, I handed them over to Robin. These are some photos from my world. I really don't have any other proof apart from that and my world. But please believe me, I said almost pleadingly. The shepherds are my best bet to finding answers and my way home, so I needed to be as honest with them as I could. Robin and Crom looked at each other and finally said, We believe you. Though in the future, try not to say that to the first people you meet. Some people will just call you crazy and leave you to die, Robin said with a smile. I looked at Crom to see him also smiling and nodding at me. Thank you very much. You don't know how much I appreciate this, I said on the verge of tears. Yes, I convinced them that I'm not crazy. Or at least my argument is not. Anyways, I think it's time to sleep. Drago, you don't mind using the spare bed we have, don't you? Crom asked. Not at all. And thanks again for everything, I said smiling. After getting everything ready and deciding who took the first turn to watch over the rest, I finally was able to sleep. Sadly, it wasn't the prettiest of dreams. I was in a jungle, all alone, except for a few small bugs. After wandering for a bit, I heard a voice. Soon your will to survive will be put to the test, a deep voice said. I tried to find it, but no luck. I wonder when the time comes. Will you become a predator for the wicked? I finally found the source of the voice. It was a big figure, shrouded in the darkness of the trees. Or will you just become a beast bent on destruction? The voice said, as blue fireflies started circling around it. Just know that when the time comes, I'll lend you my power, but it is your duty to tame it. The voice said, as cyan-colored eyes started shining. Who are you? I asked, a bit scared. A friend that goes by many names, but you know me by. Cyan marks appeared all over the body of the figure, as electricity filled the air. Zinnorg, the now dubbed Signor said, as everything turned to black. Whew, alright. So that was the first chapter of Monsters Awakening by Dragon.x0. Yeah, it wasn't really the best thing I've ever done, but it's my first ever episode for this series. Hopefully I can keep it going. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you liked, leave a like. If you want me to read a specific comment, or if you want me to read a specific fanfic of your choosing, you can leave a comment. And if you enjoy what I do, why don't you subscribe and check out my other content, which is basically this is basically a couple of 1-minute videos of staring at things and talking about other things like pet peeves and stuff, which is another video that you might want to look at. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.